Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the 18916 house. My name is Dan. This is my basement. So I'd like to do a little reveal this morning. We've had this terrible floor situation since before I moved in. We've got basically a shallow hole in the cement floor. It's covered with plywood and carpet. I peeked under there before I bought the place. But I'm really not sure what the plumbing situation is, so I'd like to explore how I need to at least repair this, and perhaps this is an opportunity to add some additional plumbing, maybe add a half bath or something down here. So this is kind of a reveal. Let's take a look. So here's the before. You can see a chunk of plywood there covered with carpet. Like I said, I haven't had this up since I moved in a couple years ago, but I'd like to open that up now, get a plumber down here, or at least take photos so I can get a second opinion. So I'm going to move all this junk and pull up it's just loose carpeting. We'll roll up the carpeting and pull up this plywood and see what I'm dealing with. No, nothing yet. That piece wasn't even covering anything. Oh, there we go. It's like a sinkhole. Now, let's take a closer look. The opening is only about 2 by 3 foot, but I have a feeling the hole is much larger. Camera's not picking up much from inside the hole, but from here you can see the base of the stone wall above. All that floor will be ripped up at some point. I was hoping maybe just beyond floor repair, there might be an opportunity, like I said, to put in some additional plumbing. You can see the sewer exhaust stack there, and there's a water line that runs back to the utility sink. So there might be an opportunity. I'll have to get with my local plumbers and decide if we can put can we put a toilet in here somewhere, maybe against the far wall. You know, under the window there's a little, if you can see it, there's a little alcove there with the window in the middle. It might make a nice tiny, toilet and sink there, or perhaps build out from the stone wall here. My next step is to contact the local plumbers and see what they say. I don't see any plumbing in the hole. I thought there might be a sewer line or something. I don't see it. before I start mixing all this cement, I wanted to give you a quick overview. So I filled the pit with about 2.5 feet of Class 2 gravel. I think what had happened, like 100 years ago, water there. That's the water cistern there. So there's probably some fault in the water cistern, and it created some voids underneath the concrete floor. Where the soil washed away to, I don't know, because we're 6 feet underground. But there is no sewer line or any plumbing or anything else, as I originally suspected. That would have washed away that soil. So I think it was the water cistern leaking over time, causing that void, and all these potholes in the floor from other projects. There was a fuel line and oil, heating oil line that ran out under the floor. It tore up. So I'll be filling these in. As I'm redoing the concrete here, I'm a little concerned about the sewer pipe cleanout area. I snaked it, but I noticed some damp soil and some roots in here, so I'm wondering if it's ever overflowing or if there's maybe a leak in the pipe or water from the outside. So I thought what I'd do is run all the water in the house, as I've got this on video, so I can see what happens. Let's take a closer look. I'm going to go run and turn on the shower, flush the toilet, run the sinks. We'll see what happens. Oh, it looks like it definitely splashed. I can't wait to play the video back and see the big splash. Let me obvious splashage. It's no wonder the concrete was degraded if that's been spouting water for who knows how long. Okay, so I'm sitting where my clothes dryer normally sits. Pulled the ductwork out of the way. Had quite a bit of degraded concrete around the sewer pipe cleanout. I think the reason that happened is because of this old cover. It wasn't sealed at all. It was just sitting on top. I don't know if you can see the bolts, but those had rusted away many years ago, no doubt. So I'm going to put a replacement on there. It's called a test tighten, but basically a rubber gasket that fits in there, and you screw it down and seals it off. That should take care of it. There was some, the soil that I pulled out of here was pretty wet, and I did get, there's quite a few small roots in the area. I think these are from the bush they used to be just outside this wall, about 2 feet away, much too close to the foundation. As far as I can tell, the roots didn't intrude on the pipe at all. They were just in the area, in the moist soil. So I think we're okay. So while I had it open, I did snake it out, and I'm going to put some dissolver solvent down the pipe. There's no blockage right now, but this is kind of a good safety precaution. This brand is Green Gobbler, but you can use any kind on these cast iron pipes. You don't want to use Drano. That'll hurt the pipe. But what's the term I'm looking for? So I'm going to pour down half a bottle down here, do my cement work, and let it sit for about half an hour. And then you put the other half down. That's about half. So you may want to wear rubber gloves while you're doing that kind of thing. Of course, that doesn't fit very well. Yeah, That'll keep it from splashing every time I flush the toilet. I'm going to fill in the bulk of this hole with Class 2 gravel and then concrete. Good inch of concrete over the top. Well, it looks like it's cement day, so let's get started. Yeah, there's one for the blooper reels. And blow fuse. I've seen people do dry pours on YouTube, but with it dry, just empty the bag of cement dry to fill a void and then water over the top. Not sure how that would work down here. Usually that's outside where you're not worried about the excess water, but this is a good workout. That was probably about the right consistency. I might have it figured out before I'm done. All right, well that's pretty close. Maybe I'll do another half bucket to pretty wet mix. Go over the top, fill the voids, try to screed it again. Okay, well that was too much water. No problem. Get a little out. Concrete. Not bad for a basement floor. It's going to be under a rug. I'd be a little more careful if, or put down some self-leveler if I want to do tile or something, but again, this is the basement. So it'll work. Now I've got a bunch of other smaller potholes to fill. And as it's drying, I'll come back later and go over with a broom just to smooth things out and keep maybe a non-slip surface, a little grain to it. So, quick summary. Got the sinkhole filled in. It's going to be so nice to be able to walk across the basement floor without having to walk across a plywood trampoline over a sinkhole. Very solid. Very happy about that. Now I can roll the carpets and the rugs back, and also managed to fill in half a dozen potholes, including some significant damage around the sewer pipe cleanout. So overall, pretty happy with this. I think if my next concrete project, I'm gonna get some quickcrete sand mix made for the top layer. That would make the surface a whole lot smoother without all the small gravel in the mix. But this is fine for the basement. So thanks for watching.